Please welcome to the program, Darren Criss.
Hey, buddy.
Good to see you. Welcome. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you. It's good to be in Toronto, man.
How are things going with you?
Things are absolutely excellent. It's always a good time when you're in Toronto. I don't know what it is. It's like my 4th time in the city. It's beautiful. It's always nice people, nice everything. So I don't want to jinx that.
Congratulations on everything, between TV and the film as well. It's got to be a strange trip for you, even though you're still a young man.
It is. I mean, I think for anybody that has kind of had their sights on whatever goal for however long, once you get there, it is quite surreal because it's all about the chase. Then once you have it, what do? Do you just try and keep going, and what do you shoot for? So it is a continual game of being incredibly overwhelmed and grateful at the same time.
The reason why Glee is in the cultural zeitgeist is not just because kids sing along and because it was a phenomenon in terms of success, but it led to things like this, intellectual ninjas like Glenn Beck.
A year ago, I was watching the show Glee with my wife, and we watched it like this. I mean, it's horrifying, some of the things that they're teaching high schoolers. And I said to her at the end of it, this is about a year and a half ago, we lose. There is no way to beat that. Well, yes, there is. We've spent about a year now trying to put together a pushback.
There you go. Glenn Beck set out to crush.
Good old Glenn. Good old Glenn.
That is an incredible part of the dialogue, though, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, well, I think it's cool that that's even part of a dialogue, something that is so culturally relevant that can reach a guy like Glenn Beck. I think that's really cool, for better or for worse.
Worse.
Depending on what side of the coin you're on. It's being talked about.
Is it a challenge, though, to try to sometimes keep it about the discussion? Because there are lots of things, like much of life is a gray area, granted, but there are things that are black and white. Human rights issues, they're black and white.
Yeah.
And you mean, there's pressures to be, it's a big network show that reaches all of America. Have there ever been pressures on you guys not to be political?
Well, I think we've never really been political.
I think your presence alone is, to be honest with you. I think Glee on TV is political, just by being there.
Well, then cool. I mean, I don't think anyone's in the writer's room sort of twisting their mustache to see if they can reach any agenda.
We're going to make high school kids gay.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody's gay.
Like, and on their list, they're like, let's piss off Glenn Beck.
Right.
I mean, that's just going to happen, like, whether he wants to or not. So, I don't know. I think the thing that I sort of fantasize about Glee and about things that are pushing a certain positive message is that they're trying to sort of normalize things. And this isn't necessarily exclusive to sort of equal rights. This is about, freedom of speech, of thought, of mind, of everything, all the good stuff.
Tolerance toward musicals, which
exactly,
is,
yes, which is very important.
It's very important. Growing up in my high school, if kids were running down the street doing musicals, the neighborhood would have been weirded out.
A little bit, I'm sure.
Not because of gay, because of musicals.
Musicals, exactly. See, in San Francisco, it's like, he's singing a musical. Come on, guys.
So were they all really bummed out when you had to come out of the closet as a straight man?
Who knows? It depends. I don't know. Who knows who I came out to as a straight man. But what were we saying? Oh, yeah, so I think, Glee kind of seeks to normalize things, so it becomes less about a policy and more about a concept that just becomes sort of matter of fact. I think my favorite thing about the relationship that I get to have on the show as Blaine with Kurt is that I think a lot of the fans have gravitated towards their relationship, not so much because it is a young gay relationship, so much as because it is a really likable relationship between two people that are clearly attracted to each other, and that there's a lot of positivity there. And
you play a strong, it's almost like a mentor, like a confident guy.
When he started, as the show went on, they kind of sort of put a couple
you need to make it vulnerable for people to stay into it.
Exactly. He couldn't be too much of a perfect guy.
So, walking into Glee, which is this pre-existing brand and has its own impact, is one thing. You get to work with Kristen Wiig.
Yeah.
Which also, she's kind of changed the game.
Yeah.
So had you known her before? What was the process like?
Huge fan of Kristen. I told her this almost every day on set. I mean, it's hard not to be a fan of hers. I mean, it's tough to be a funny woman. I mean, comedy is a man's game, and especially in the entertainment world, it's tough to be a funny woman without, to be taken seriously. And she has just
you've seen that then? So you've seen that watching it? Yeah?
We've all seen that. I mean, she has just knocked it out of the park with everything. She's funny, she's pretty, she's just fun and just magnetic in every kind of way, which is why the comedy works, because you care about her.
Right.
So, yeah, it's a real treat. I get to work with a lot of great people. I'm very...
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Stick around. We're going to talk to Darren about his chance to perform for President Obama. And I imagine if Obama actually gave you any words of wisdom. We'll find out more with Darren right after this.
That was right when I got Glee. It was in the window of time between having gotten Glee and it not being on TV yet, because I still wanted to keep my job at Maggiano's, which is where that was.
LGBT event with President Obama.
Do you know how I got that? I'm sorry to veer this off. Pink was scheduled to sing for this, and she unfortunately got some kind of stomach flu or something, so she was in the hospital. And I was kind of flabbergasted, because I was like, what kind of Rolodex do they have in the White House? So they're like, okay, Pink, what's next? Darren. Like, I don't see how that works. It's like, I could have called Barbara or like, Bette Midler, like someone like, pretty cool. I guess they must have lost a bunch of cards, who knows.
Before we let you go, really quick, rapid fire. What did President Obama say to you when you talked to him?
Oh, I'll do exactly. Okay, so my whole plan with Obama was to fist bump him. So I need you to do, you'll be me.
Okay.
Okay, so you do, go, my man.
Okay,
that's me.
Okay,
so that
I
was
love
me.
it. All right.
And I'll be President Obama, and I'll do exactly what he did.
Right.
Can we stand as we
Yeah,
can get out of the frame?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Now pretend I'm much taller
So I'm
than
you.
you.
All right,
Yes.
all right.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So we sitting there.
Okay.
All right.
You're taller than you're Obama.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Cool.
I walk in. I'm just like, my man.
Oh, come on, man. You got a boom.
For real?
Yeah. He told me to boom. He corrected me on my fist bumping etiquette.
Look, come on. Look, come over. You got a boom.
Yeah, it was like, this is so presidential. Like, not only are you telling me what I'm doing wrong, but you're telling me how to do it better.
Jesus.
Bam.
I wanted to ask you next what you wish he would say to you, but I already know the answer. He did it.
That's the best story I have, yeah.
Would you have been friends with Blaine in high school?
Oh, yeah, totally. I probably would have been jealous.
Who's the one person you've always been a little bit in love with?
Amy Adams. But not a little bit, like a lot. But I've told her this. I've gone to like events where I'm like, I'm in love with you. You're amazing. Have fun. Bye.
And how does that go?
I'm sure she still thinks I'm as weird as the first time I met her.
Hardest thing you've ever had to give up?
Privacy.
Is the privacy thing hard?
Yes and no. It's a blessing. So it's like, who am I to be mad about it?
Right.
You know?
But it's a challenge.
It is a challenge, but it's for anybody. I mean, I think it's not just exclusive to an actor. It's social media.
Are you on Instagram too?
I try to be. I've just gotten hip to it. Yeah. I'm slowly getting cool. I'm getting there. Just next time I'm on the show, I will be like,
Instagram
I will not be talking to you at all the whole time. I'll just be Instagramming the whole time.
Boom.
Thanks, man.
Nice to see you. Boom. Season 4 of Glee. Darren Criss, everybody. We'll be right back.
Thank you. Thanks, man. You done?